Adesina Koiki here at the theater at Madison Square Garden for Big East Men's Basketball Media Day, and I am pleased to be joined by the new head coach of Marquette University, Steve Wojciechowski. And first of all, Coach, thank you so very much for joining us. And is there a little bit of a different aura and vibe that you're now head coach in college basketball?
Well, this is my first media day ever, and it's a very exciting time. Very proud to be the head coach at Marquette and to be a part of the Big East Conference.
What are you liking? What are you liking now about New York City and being a part of Media Day? What are the differences between being an assistant coach and being kind of the figurehead here at Media Day?
Yeah, well, it's a new role for me, but it's a very exciting role now to be the caretaker of what really is a great program, and a program with lots of tradition. To be that guy who's the final decision maker and has the final say has been great.
I'm sure you've had opportunities to be a head coach in other places. What made Marquette University and their approach to you the right fit at that right time?
Well, I think Marquette gives you a chance to have the best of all worlds. We can recruit kids and tell them, they're going to get an amazing education in a really supportive school community and play at the highest level of basketball. So really, it checks off all the boxes in terms of what kids are looking for at the highest level.
Is the school pretty comparable to Duke University?
There's a lot of similarities, and I think the pride and the passion that the students at the school and the graduates who've graduated from Marquette and Duke, I think there's a lot of similarities there.
Speaking of Duke University, of course, you played at Duke University under Mike Krzyzewski. What, of all the qualities that Mike Krzyzewski possesses, what was the quality that he had that you learned in which you could be able to be a head coach someday?
Well, his ability to create long-lasting relationships with his players and people around the program is something that I've always admired. I think it starts with that. I mean, it's got to start with the people in the program, and in order for them to reach their best, you have to have a strong relationship with them so you can tell them the truth, and sometimes the truth is hard to hear. But I have always admired that about Coach K.
Speaking of admiration, a lot of Duke fans admired your style of play for many years. There's one specifically, Molly Whitehouse, who's a friend of mine, who is such a big fan of yours. She had a friend who named his dog Coda, and she would call it Wojo. Okay, I believe the story is. What made your game such that a lot of people admired your game as a player?
Well, I think, first and foremost, Duke's a big stage, and so, people saw me play, and then hopefully when they watched me, they saw somebody who gave everything they had to the game, and I think people appreciate that.
Marquette, for the past few years, they've been to NCAA tournaments. They've been to Elite Eights just a couple of years ago, and they've been driven by guard play. And this season shouldn't be any different. You get Matt Carlino, transfer from BYU, Derek Wilson as well. What do you expect from your guards at Marquette in 2014-2015?
Well, we're going to need them to be rock solid. I mean, that's where our most experience is, and those guys have played in big games and a lot of minutes in big games, and we're going to need them to be outstanding players for us in order for us to have a good year.
Are you excited for that first game as head coach? A little nervous maybe when you take the court for the first time as a head coach?
I'm sure there'll be a wide range of emotions, but I can't wait for that time, and it's an honor. I mean, there's very few people who get to be head basketball coaches in college, especially at a place like Marquette. So I'll be real honored and thrilled and be totally consumed with trying to help our guys win the game.
Steve Wojciechowski, Marquette University, thank you so very much for joining us. Best of luck and success to the Golden Eagles this season.
Thank you very much.